Good morning. It's 8 o'clock Monday morning. The sun is shining. Water is calm. It's a bit on the cool side, so I have an extra layer of clothes on today. But can't ask for a better morning. It's a nice view to see. And it's going to start some breakfast. It'll be the same as I always have up here, just oatmeal and cranberries with some NC drink. And then I need to head off here and find a waterfalls. It's 9:30. I'm paddled down North Depot Lake. I'm at the end of the lake. The portage in front of me is North Depot Lake to North River. Took me about 25 minutes to get down here. Had a bit of a wind at my back, which now is picking up, which means when I paddle back I'm going to have a problem because I have no gear in my canoe to weigh it down at the front. Parts of the lake are pretty shallow, but I'm going to walk the portage with my camera. The falls are towards the end of the portage. I'll have a look at the North River and make my thoughts there about whether I'm going to carry on to the next portage or not. I've had lots of time, but the wind is a factor for me. So is carrying my canoe over an 800-meter portage, which I'm not very good at doing that. We'll walk it down, get the waterfalls, and then take it from there. I'm walking along the portage. There's a one steep climb at the beginning. The rest of it here is fairly flat. However, I can't see the river that I'm portaging around, and I really can't hear any waterfalls. I believe I can hear the wind in the trees. I figure I'm only about 300 meters away, so I'm not sure with the low water levels it's going to be much water here to start with. And if that's the case, then that will answer my question as to whether I should carry on to the next two waterfalls or not. Trail is pretty rocky, as you can see, but so far fairly flat, except for I said the one climb at the beginning. Hopefully we'll have some water at a waterfall so I can photograph. That would be nice. I'm approaching the end of the portage. I can hear moving water over here. I'm not sure if it's really a fall or just some rapids, but well, I can see something in the bushes there. This I passed by some a nice young couple who were heading back. This is not a nice entrance to a portage. Wow. This is the portage entrance, all rock. A couple I met, they had their packs here and the canoe is right behind me. The falls are right behind these bushes here. It's 11 o'clock and I just brought the canoe over. To the next waterfalls, which is the next portage. I just want to look at my map, see how far it is. I don't think it's very far. Let me just look at my map here. Okay, so I am here. The next portage is here. I likely where I'll stop, have lunch there. I likely won't get down to the next one. But that looks like it should be, well, from here to here, took me half an hour, 25 minutes actually. So here to here should be less than half an hour. And I'll stop there for lunch and do the waterfalls, and then I think I'll head back. Two more portages down to the fall up at Clamshell. And right now the wind is okay, but we have had gusts there and I have to worry about getting back safely too. But anyway, we'll push on to the second waterfalls in this on the river. Well, I'm hiking. I'm at the second portage. This is one advantage of having maps by Jeff. On his maps, it says this portage is 370 meters. Algonquin sign says 230. The next couple I met at the last portage, Matt and Brooklyn, both told me the same thing, that the portage was longer than it was marked. Not sure about the Sophia waterfalls here, the small waterfalls, according to maps by Jeff. If I walk off the trail a little bit here, there are some rapids down here. Let's carefully come down here. Back in behind here. I'm not sure if that's the waterfalls that they're mentioning or not. We'll see though. I don't see a portage sign here, yet I'm pretty sure I followed the trail. Not very long, but here's the waterfalls. That's as close as I dare get to the edge here. Gorgeous day out today, except a little bit windy when I paddle back. But blue sky, this gorgeous day. If it was going to portage over here, going around the other side here, there is another drop here. The falls seems to be a double falls. Nice spot here for lunch. I'm going to stop here for lunch. It is lunchtime, and then I'll paddle back. Well, being Monday of a long weekend, this area is actually busier than I thought. People that are on the way out, but there are a couple people that are also on the way in too, that are doing the smart thing. They have time off and they're going in today to avoid all the crowds. I'm at the side of the falls here. I'm having lunch. I'll be having lunch. And lunch is my usual thing. A good-to-go bar, bagel, peanut butter, got some jam and an apple, and got some water to drink. After that, I want to be heading back around 1. It'll take me longer to paddle back with whenever there's a gust of wind. Plus I need to do some repair work on my stove. I had a problem with it again this morning. It's the third time I've had an issue with it. I do a cleaning out and it works for about 2 days, or 2 or 3 days, and it stops working again. And I just can't rely on it anymore, so I'll be looking for a new stove before my next trip. In the meantime, I'm having lunch here and I'm going to enjoy the sound of the waterfalls. It's 1 o'clock and I've had my lunch. And I'm back at the beginning of the portage from North River to North River, which is marked here as 230 meters. It's actually 370 according to maps by Jeff. It can be tricky to follow because there is a fork in it. If you don't see the other sign, you end up where I was, which where I wanted to be, was at the waterfalls. However, somebody else who came in behind me also didn't see the other marker because there is 2 forks in the trail, and he went out at the waterfalls and found he couldn't go any further because it's a second small drop. So we had to come back. We found where the other sign is telling you the fork to the right. I am going to be paddling my canoe backwards. It's a solo canoe, but I do have 2 seats in it. This is actually the front seat. I'm going to be paddling from that. I have as much weight as I can at the front. That's because when I have a gust of wind, I want the front of the canoe as low as possible to help me with the paddling. So this is the best I can do. The only other option I would have, and I've done it on day trips before, is I bring one of the waterproof bags with me and fill up with water, put it in the front of the canoe. It's about 20 pounds or so, and it weighs down the canoe as well. So we'll see how this works. So my pack here, it's got 2 water bottles in it, plus my bear vault, my camera gear. It's about 15 to 18 pounds, so maybe that'll help a little bit. But we'll be heading off. It's just before 1 o'clock. I do expect to have some problems, but I want to be back at my site before 4. 2:30. I'm at the North Depot Lake end of the 770 meter portage. This morning it took me 25 minutes to reach here with a slight wind at my back. Right now the water is calm, however the winds are gusting. I was thinking, when I first started doing these trips back in the early 1990s, when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, I always look for portages, trips with portages of less than or no more than 500 meters, figuring that's the most I wanted to do. But here it is 30 years later, and I'm doing a rocky 770 meter portage, and that hurt. Oh, now the winds are really gusting as I go to start to paddle. But I was able to see 2 nice waterfalls, and the view here looks awesome. If it wasn't for the wind, it would be gorgeous. But I better start paddling. Back to my site by 4 o'clock, and I should be able to if I do well. Again, I'm paddling my solo canoe backwards. I do put 2 seats in it for that purpose, or so I say. All the gear I have is at the front, so that will help me, but still with strong winds I'm going to have some issues. It's 3:15. I've arrived back at my campsite. Stuck close to the shore. Use my paddle sometimes as poles, did some poling and a lot of praying, and I got back here in 45 minutes. The wind is gusting, a few small little white caps out in the water. But I was able to visit 2 out of 3 waterfalls. If I paddle down to Clamshell Lake, where the last waterfalls is, it would have been another roughly an hour and a half added to my trip, maybe 2 hours. I would have got back here almost by 5:30, and I need time to rest. I need time to do some work on my stove, and so 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as the song goes. We're back home until at least tomorrow. I'll set up my hammock, rest, read for an hour or so, and then work on my stove and hopefully I get it to going for supper. If not, we'll be having a cold supper. It's 10 after 7. I spent an hour and a half taking my stove apart, doing all the cleaning that's required, and still wouldn't go. This is the 3rd time I've had issues with this stove. It's the same brand, the same type of stove I've used for the last 30 years. But in the past year, it just hasn't been reliable. Every 2 or 3 times I use it, I have to take it apart again, and it'll work for 1 or 2 more meals, and then I have to take it apart again. And tonight, it just I took it all apart, did all the maintenance and cleaning on it, and still nothing wouldn't go. So I had a cold supper of oatmeal and cranberries and apple and a good to go bar. My breakfast in the morning will also be a cold breakfast, and then I'll be paddling out, and I'll be looking at picking up a new stove. If any of you have any suggestions as to what stove I should pick up, or what stoves that you use that you like, then please leave them in the comments below, and that would be very helpful to me. In the meantime, I still have a nice view. Spent some time rocking in my hammock. I still got a chapter 2 left to read about Alone Against the North. Recap of the day today. I was able to go down and visit 2 out of 3 waterfalls between here and Clamshell Lake. The 3rd one, I figured if I went down there and time I got down there, took some pictures and then came back, I'd get back to my campsite probably around 6 o'clock, and I wanted to be back here 3 or 3:30, so I have time to relax and to look at my stove. So I got 2 out of 3, and they were very nice falls. Ran into a lot of people that were paddling back out. Well, not a lot, but I think 6 groups of people. One was paddling in, so he will have a nice time alone, because everybody else is paddling back out on this Labor Day Monday. Ran into a very nice young couple, Matt and Brooklyn. They spent a few days in the wilds here of Algonquin, and they're paddling back out this morning, and had a nice little conversation with them, and I wish them all the best and on all their future adventures. Me, I'm just going to sit here and relax, do some reading, and then it'll be bedtime. I've had a long day. Short little fire to end the night. Good morning. Tuesday, September the 3rd, 7:30. I don't know if you can see it in the video here. The mist off the water looks real pretty. Down about 7 degrees last night. It's going to go up to about 22 today, but by that time should be gone. Have a quick breakfast. It'll be cold oatmeal since my stove's not working, and then I'll be paddling out. Good morning. It's about 10:50. I'm at the last portage from Allen Lake into Wendigo. The southwesterly winds out of the southwest, it's supposed to happen this morning, haven't happened. However, there's been very little breeze, and I haven't had any issues at all paddling, which is good. What has been nice though is I'm paddling by empty campsites after empty campsites. Being the Tuesday after a long weekend, everybody's gone home, and I've gone through and haven't seen any campsites occupied. I did hear some voices, so there was one site that I didn't see that somebody was on. And I did pass by somebody yesterday who was on their way in, going down towards Clamshell. This is the last campsite before you leave the park. There are a handful of campsites on Wendigo Lake. This one, I don't mind having campsites on a portage because usually they're next to waterfalls. But this one is right on the portage. You're walking right through. I'm on the portage here, and there's your fire pit. Your tent would have to go, right over here, and there's a washroom, a privy right up there. However, for somebody who needs it, it's a perfect site. Thanks for watching another Camper 69 video. Please remember to click on the like, and if you want to see more of my adventures, then subscribe to my channel. We'll see you then on my next adventure.